Hello everyone and welcome back to biology. Today we are getting started with lesson number 20 on protists. Now, what protists are, they are single-celled living things that is more complex than bacteria. Now, funny we mentioned bacteria. What does bacteria have to do with protists? Protists actually come from bacteria. A protist is actually an evolution of bacteria, which means that a very long time ago, there was only bacteria. But then certain bacteria started to combine together and out came a protist. Now, a protist is mentioned to be more complex than a bacteria. The reason for that is because a protist actually contains a nucleus, which, if you do remember, when we talked about the structure of a cell, the nucleus is like the brain of the cell, so it tells it what to do. So that is why a protist is like more advanced or more of an evolution kind of bacteria. Okay? Now, protists, there are actually different types of it. Now, the first one I'm going to talk about, I'm also going to insert a clip of what it looks like and what it has in it. The first one I'm going to talk about is a plant-like protist. Now, this plant-like protist has chloroplasts. Now, this chloroplast is what identifies this protist as a plant-like protist. Why? Now, I don't know if you remember this, but back when we talked about the different kinds of cells there were, we talked about plant cells. Plant cells also have chloroplasts. Chloroplast is an organelle that uses light energy and matter to create its own food, meaning that a plant-like protist can create its own food using the chloroplast. Okay? That makes sense so far? Now, let me insert a clip of what that looks like. Now that you've seen what that looks like, keep in mind there are different types of protists, not just plant-like protists. There's animal-like protists as well. Actually, there are many different types of protists. And come to think that that a protist itself evolved from bacteria. Let me show you a little diagram of what that looks like. Now in that diagram, you saw how with blue-green bacteria and regular bacteria, when combined together, that is how a protist came to be. Now, from a protist, we had two things branch off of it, which are plant-like protists, which have chloroplasts, and animal-like protists that do not. And from those branched off three other ones. Okay? Now, for your assignment today is for you to send me a picture of your notes. Please include the keyword, which is protists. Also include the picture of the first diagram of a plant-like protist, and also a picture of the second diagram, which comes to show how protists came to be and what branched off of protist itself. So make sure you include the whole image in your notes. If you have any questions on today's subject or what we talked about in class, please do not hesitate and ask. I'm here to help. So I hope to be hearing back from everyone very soon, and I hope you all have a very wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.